Did y'all see in the news last, was it 2 days ago? This guy, young guy, tried to assassinate former President Trump. Ooh, when did he start? Was it 7? Is it 21? It was 21, right? He started. Okay. But I got upset though because I was like, why are they showing his baby picture? I'm like, not baby picture, but like his middle school picture. And I was like, no, we're not. I was like, they need to stop. But they finally showing his most recent picture. Because I was like, why y'all showing him as a little kid? Like, he killed the president. And y'all shot him and killed him. So, like, why y'all showing his little baby picture? A middle school picture. And now they're talking about, oh, he was bullied when he was. I'm like, oh, we doing that now. I'm sorry. Just some people thought it was staged, but then I was like, no, it wasn't staged. But then I was like, wait a minute now. He got shot in the ear. How did the blood get to his near his mouth? And this is why, okay, but then I don't subscribe to conspiracy theories because there's some people who still don't believe 9/11. There are people who believe 9/11 was staged. I don't think it was staged. Because historically speaking, and when I talk about U.S. imperialism, we have done some things to some countries. There's a reason why a group of people would get in a plane and drive it, fly it into buildings because of the foreign policy our country has done to them. There's a reason why they're mad. Okay. Jet fuel can't melt steel. But I'm sure it can bend it, right? I'm just saying. But in this case, I'm just like, wait, because they were like, because I actually saw the video, and I listened to it. And I put the captions on, it, and I was like, well, how come? Because I guess it's a procedure. Like they immediately all the Secret Service covered him. Then you can hear them saying, "Hey, do we have the all clear?" Because they're trying to figure out, "Hey, can I, you know, yeah?" Because Angelo, I think the men who were in charge of it, they must have had somebody who knew physics or algebra that they knew, like, "Hey, we hit it at this point, the whole thing would come crumbling down." I mean, somebody had to um but I was listening to him. I said, okay, they put in the swarm. They're like, do we have to all clear? Do we have to all clear? Can we move? Because they have to understand, like, hey, there might be another shooter. So the other people, because they also had Secret Service on top of, I guess, the opposite building or a building closer to Trump, but not where the shooter was. And they were like, hey, we neutralized the shooter. Shooter's down. Shooter's down. And they're like, oh, we can move. We can move. We move. So they got him up. They're still covering him. Then he's like, oh, let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes. And I'm like, why is his shoes off? I'm thinking to myself, sir, you got hit in the ear. You're bleeding. You got enough money to get some more shoes. And then all of a sudden he says, wait a minute. And he puts his hand up like this. And I said, wait a minute now. No. I'm like, and this is the thing. They're Secret Service. They're literally trying to move him. And I'm like, why is he so slow? Is he in shock? Or is he heavier than Biden? Or is he, because he's only 6 or 7 years younger than Biden. He might be, getting old himself. Maybe he had a hard time getting it up. I'm like, it was like 6, 7 ages was gonna carry you to the next thing. And then all of a sudden he says, yo, wait a minute. And then I'm like, did he just put up a black power salute? I'm like, he don't like us like that. And then all of a sudden I was like, he got his photo out. And I was like, really? And you can see them like trying to say, like, hey, let's go. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. And I'm thinking like anybody else, I don't know about y'all. Have you ever been with your mom somewhere and you're walking too slow? What does your mom do? She's like, come on here. I'm like, what are you doing, sir? You're hit in the ear. And then, like, when he got hit, I guess the first time I heard it, the shot, and he looked around and then he got shot again. I was like, what the hell? I said, dang, he missed him that quick. And then I'm just like, and then everyone's like, oh, his statement afterwards, it was so good. He worried about, because there was a firefighter who was protecting his family. He got killed, bystander got killed, and someone else got injured. And so he talked, which he should have addressed that too. But then I was like, everyone kept saying, oh, it was a great, reaction. What he said after he got shot. And I'm thinking, like, do you understand they have speech writers? They said the same thing about Bill Clinton. Oh, he's a great speaker. He's a great debater. He has people who write that stuff for him and they practice. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I find it suspicious too. But then I got really mad. I was like, wait a minute, did they just put this man's middle school picture up here? Kill the whole president? Nope, they didn't put up what's the man that was killed, JFK? They didn't put Oswald's middle school picture up there. There was a picture he had the last time he was there. This is the one they put up. That's true. It could be a reaction, but I'm just like, who has time to do? Like, wait a minute, sir. Let them take you out of there. This is my thing. They gave an all clear for that shooter. Who knows if there was another shooter in the audience? You're stopping to get your shoes or to do a photo op. Because I feel like it was a photo op. Someone could have been in the audience and shot you again because guess what? You told them where you were. You let it be known that, hey, I'm not totally covered by the Secret Service. And obviously the Secret Service does need to be investigated for this incident because it's like, hey, how did y'all, because I think before they get there, they're supposed to like do like a, what do you call it? A sweep of the area. And and the thing is, Secret Service has its own snipers too. And then some people were showing like, oh, look, the snipers is up there. I'm thinking like, that's not the picture of the snipers y'all keep showing us in the black. Those are the other Secret Service agents on the other side. Now they're showing where the shooter was because he was like on the opposite part of the field. So obviously they're going to be an investigation, and I'm I'm impressed also with Biden because I'm like, your rival got shot, and you still got up there was like, you know what, y'all shouldn't. We need unity right now. I'm sorry. Just like we need unity right now. I'm just like, and this is the thing. If this was any other country, the president would not be getting up on the thing talking about we need unity. Y'all need to stop killing political officials because in those countries they actually are trying to kill their rival. They don't want them. They call the police. Oh, I wonder if this is gonna be like another Uvalde incident. Because remember, like Uvalde, they had the cops, but then like the police chief didn't let them go inside. Their response was really slow. Yeah, but and then you know what? Someone made a comment because one of the Secret Service agents was a woman, and they started complaining like, "Well, what is a woman gonna do protecting the president?" I'm thinking like she obviously took the test and did all the requirements to be there. She's still trying to pull herself on because he want to stop and do anything else. Like, stop. Trump was appealing to his base, and he was lying. When he said, "Oh, if I'm president, I'm gonna end the Ukraine-Russian war," I was like, "Wait a minute, sir. Really? You gonna stop it? You the first day, the first week, and then Biden actually had a lot of good points, but he was stuttering because he had too much information that he was trying to say at one time. So whoever is practicing with him for the debate, they need to make sure that the information that he is trying to give out, that he's giving he was trying to give us a whole meal where he should have just gave us the meat and a little bit of the potato salad with it. Like he was trying to give us the whole thing, and it was like he was actually speaking facts because they're actually fact checkers for the debates, and I'm just like, but you can tell that he kind of got him upset when Trump started talking about his son, and I couldn't remember if it was Bo, the one that died, or was it the Hunter, the one that's in legal trouble. But I think they both been serving the armed forces. And I think that set Biden off. So Biden triggered Trump back and said, well, this man is a liar. He's a sucker. My son's not the sucker. Your son is a sucker. You're a liar. And you cheated on your wife. When he said that, Trump was like, I never cheated on my wife. I'm looking at him like, didn't Stormy Daniels have a whole... Did she testify in court that you had an affair with her was it before the last election? And I'm like, don't you gotta pay some money? I said, this is not... He must think we forgot. And my thing is this young man, he was a registered Republican. So that means he was part of your party. Now, he wasn't, I think, of age when, was it 2016, when he could have voted for Trump. But starting at age 18, starting with the midterm elections, no, he would have, what old is he now? Yeah, he was 20 now. So 2 years ago, what is it, 2020, 2022? Okay, so 2022, he was, what, 18? So he's able to do midterm elections. And Pennsylvania turned blue the last presidential election. So unless his county is red or he just happens to be. But I'm like, okay, so he's been to some meetings. He's identified. I'm trying to think, this man, let's say he had a mental illness. Let's say he had bullying. You got bullied in high school, so you got to go kill the president. Okay. The guy that killed the people in Uvalde, he abused his grandmother first, fled, got to the school, looked like he was on his way to the high school, but somehow the car broke down, and he ended up in the elementary school first. And he decided, I'm going to shoot somebody. And he went in there and started shooting everybody. And everyone's like, well, why is he at the elementary school? I'm thinking either when the car broke down or because they found out, guess what? He's not graduating high school. So who's going to attack? Probably the kids who are graduating high school. But guess where the kids who were graduating high school were the day before? They went to go visit the elementary school kids. And I'm just like, that has a connection that makes sense. So you got bullied in high school, and so you decided to go kill the president? That's true, Angelo, but this is the thing. What if he was at home with his parents who are Republicans and they're like, because right now the Republican Party is in the middle of their own version of the Civil War. They're actually divided. Even though a lot of times you see them on the news, it's like whatever they do as a group, they're all going to say the same message. They're all going to do the same thing. They could be wrong. They still going to do it. Right now, there are those who are like, hey, I'm pro-family, I'm pro-life, I'm this, and that. But then there's others who are like, I'm going to support the candidate because he represents what I'm for. But then there's others who are like, well, he really doesn't represent what we're for. And they don't want to vote Democrat, but some of them may just decide to do that, or they vote for a third party, or they don't vote. And so right now, they rather have another candidate. Maybe he was one of those people that was like, because some people chose, during COVID, I don't want to go to Thanksgiving this year because my MAGA uncle is at the table or my MAGA grandmother's at the table. Maybe he's listening to whoever he has at his house and he's getting frustrated. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go handle it myself. I don't know. I'm just, Yeah, did y'all see the press conference yesterday with the governor Abbott is back from his Asia economic trip. I'm like, we're a state in the United States. What you going to Asia for? You trying to make some businesses here? I'm just like, did he do a Ted Cruz? Was he already going to be off for like the 4th? And because of the storm, he ended up being there longer. And why was Ted Cruz on this all the time? And then, but it was a lieutenant governor, the head of the Chief Todd, who's the head of the Texas Department of Emergency Management. And so they were asking them questions. Oh, I think they were at Mattress Max Cooling Center, which I love Mattress Max. And but he was calling out Centerpoint. I was like, then I kind of felt somebody asked him about Trump, and I'm just like, who is that reporter? Why did you ask that question? I want to know about Centerpoint when the power going back on. There are people who have died. Like, what do these two events have to? I'm just like, and then he used it to to me, I feel like he made a political speech during a time where we need to worry about it. Because there's some people they just found a lady the other day. Oh, I think it was yesterday. Or was it this morning? The power was off. Then a cop got killed. No, the workers were getting guns pulled on them. He tried to like mesh the two together, but I'm just like, why did somebody have to ask him that yesterday? And then when he said, y'all, sorry. When he said, what happened yesterday? He basically said what, Biden said, like, hey, we shouldn't be out here shooting, political elected officials or whatever. I just want them to have that same thing when teachers are getting killed at school and kids are getting killed. Why did he say it could have been? He said, you can tell the fact that Trump surviving the assassination attempt, just paraphrasing, is truly blessed by God. And I was like, and then he said, because he's gone through trials and tribulations this past year. And you can just understand he is what did he say? He said spiritual warrior. I was like, let Mattress Mac talk again. That's how I felt. I was like, put Mattress back on. That's how I know you just didn't make a political speech in the middle of this press conference. And by the way, just let you know, usually reporters, they have some type of press pass or they're designated by their news station or news affiliate to go to these events. But sometimes the politicians have their favorites. And they know that some of them are going to give them softball questions. I've actually seen it with George W. Bush. And I just kind of wanted to know, was this like one of those things like they let that person talk? The person asked 2 questions, and I couldn't hear them. They should have had them on the mic. They're like, oh, what are we doing about it was something about the response. What is being done about the I guess future responses or something. And then the second question was, well, what do you think about happened yesterday? And it was like yesterday was assassination of Trump. And I'm like, why you ask him that question? And then he gonna say, I'm gonna answer both your questions. Let me answer the first question. Why did you just answer the first question and just say, my thoughts and prayers to President Trump, glad he's alive, and just moved on. But now you get this whole spiel. I'm sorry, when he said truly blessed by God, I was like, did you say spiritual warrior? Trials and tribulations? Okay, I guess 7, 8 trials. Okay, is that what he said? I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, all right. But anyways, I'm sorry, y'all. Just, let me get out of let me stop.